You rolling? It was hot, 100 in the shade, when Mary got a note from this guy named Gabe. She don't remember getting pregnant, but she did. And by all accounts, she churned out one heck of a kid. But walking home from church one day, he just up and disappeared. Maybe he went to find Santa, or maybe he went to get beer. He was just 12 years old, this miracle she carried. It was all so confusing, she wasn't even married. So she fled south to Elizabeth, her eldest cousin, who despite her old age also had one in the oven. And in a duplex with a busted cement gnome, well, Chattanooga was as good as home. That's in Tennessee. There's Barbie lovers and firecrackers and train trackers and Coca Cola makers and insurance takers and a lot of hot preachers. Sarah bought the brownies, Sean and bubbles, they almost booked a beach trip, but they didn't have a way. They baked biscuits at daylight for whoever might stop by, but they didn't get a lot of colors at the corner and do-da. Sweet tea was flowing and so were the tears, as Mary lived out her submissing years. Not really free and sure not a boss, just mostly lonely and mostly lost. Wherever Jesus was and whatever God had in mind, she hoped her boy was out there somewhere having a good time. 'Cause chance just seems to fall out of the sky, and that's if you're lucky and the weather is dry. Lots of letters from Mama came full of worry, and I told you. She curled up on the couch and watched still magnolias. She baked a cake and baked a ham. She opened an account on Instagram, 'cause that's what you did back then. Mary was a good old gal. She didn't deserve his shit. She wrote her lines out one at a time, and she didn't complain one bit. She saw Sinead cover Loretta on Saturday Night Live, like every good virgin does. But she spent most of her time just sitting around and wondering where in the hell Jesus was. Sarah bought the brownies, Sean and bubbles, they almost booked a beach trip, but they didn't have a way. They baked biscuits at daylight for whoever might stop by, but they didn't get a lot of colors at the corner of do-da. Well, time went by like molasses, so she signed up for some classes. But it seemed there were no real answers. Just a lot of fast food and raunchy dancers. And things everywhere were the worst kind of wild. She knew in her gut they were coming for her child. With bumpers and thumpers and guns a-blazing. Old Jesus was in for some gnarly hazing. Frat boy hazing, that is, the worst kind. She thought, oh my God, what have I done? He's a bottle of milk and all the love inside him is mine. They're gonna kill my baby. They don't like him none. So she cut off all her hair. She thought she might could get there if they would just mistake her for a man. It looked kind of mod. It probably wouldn't please God, but she had to have some kind of plan. It turns out there are no fish at the end of a lightning rod. The worst thing you can grow up to be is the Son of God. And I'm not sure there's anything anybody can do when people will kill you even when there's nothing wrong with you. So come and gather around me, friends, on my contemporary pews. And I'll tell you all the story of Mary, the submissing years.